This is the sixth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sixth time I have tried to record this video. Look at me. 6. The main reason I've stopped and started so much is because I love this person and I love this book and I don't want to fuck it up. Number 2, I had an incident earlier where I was drinking water like normal humans do and I choked on it. So I keep coughing up the little bits of water in my lung. So if I cough in this video, my bad, girl. I've got some champagne here to fit the theme of the book. I'm talking about Tamera Mowry-Housley's book. That's the water. Tamera Mowry-Housley's book. You should sit down for this. First of all, Twitter version 1. Get the book. It was good. As far as celebrity memoirs go, this isn't the deepest deep dive. Like, imagine that iceberg picture, you know, the one that you always see on the internet. You're getting the tip. You're not getting the whole iceberg. So like with Jeanette McCurdy's book, you got the whole iceberg. With Will Smith's book, you got the whole iceberg. With Tamera's book, you're getting just the tip. Okay. The layout of the book, I really enjoyed. She's really upbeat. She's a really upbeat reader. Which I loved because at one point she talks about other careers she considered outside of acting, and being a kindergarten teacher was one of them. And as someone who works in the field of early childhood education, honey, let me tell you, what a missed opportunity for us. Wow, I would have loved for my kids to be in your kindergarten class. Yeah, definitely. Just the tip, though. Just the tip. The book is only 192 pages. I want to say it was about a 5-hour and some change listen on Audible. The setup of the book, I loved. So like each chapter, each experience, she compares to a wine, girl. And then each chapter had like a Tamera-ism, which is like one of her thoughts and opinions, which was just absolutely great. It's funny because you guys know that I'm on the story graph, which you should get on the story graph. And so the story graph breaks down a lot of your reading patterns and statistics into statistics. Okay, so it breaks down your genres. And so for me, like my top genre is mystery and thriller, okay? And then below that, I want to say is diversity. Below that is like LGBTQ, fantasy. So it'll do that. And then it'll also put like subsets on the, like it's like a pie graph too. And then Tamera's book put funny on there. And I thought that was so great because a lot of my books are dark that I read, right? They're dark, they're emotional, they're heavy. That's normally the way I gravitate. But this was so refreshing to read this like light, upbeat book. Like even when she's deep diving into some of her traumas, she flips it in a way for you to learn from her. Okay, I won't ruin anything for you. But do know that all the experiences that she does go through, in my opinion, are, which is a review, they're my opinions, right? A lot of the things that she goes through, she doesn't really deep dive. So she's not giving you like the in-depth, which is why it probably landed at funny. Also, I will say that her life experiences do come off to me a little privileged. However, that is open to interpretation because privilege and experiences in general, not just privilege, are relative to the person who's experiencing it, right? I'll use an example of my own life. A month ago, I had a plumbing issue in my bathroom, okay? Flooded the floor, had to have them come in and dry out the floor. Homeowners insurance had to come and rip up the tiles. They still have not replaced the tiles in my bathroom. It has been a month, okay? But that's a pain in the ass for me. But for someone else, they're probably like, wow, you got running water in a bathroom. That's nice. You know what I mean? So take that with a grain of salt, me saying that. But I would imagine that to the average American, a lot of her hard experiences don't seem that hard. But you can tell that they have emotionally affected her in a really strong way. The biggest one being her experience on The Real. My God, what a toxic situation. And I cannot imagine being I don't want to say at a job that you hate, because a lot of us are at jobs that we hate or jobs that we don't want to show up for. That in itself is not a unique experience. What is a unique experience about her experience on the Real is that her personal beliefs and who she was as a person was being attacked regularly, or like her love for Jesus or her love for her husband who is white, like all of that was being criticized regularly on a humongous platform. Whereas most of us, like, hopefully your job is not criticizing your religion or your sexual preferences. Like, those are things that are normally off limits in the average workplace. So, and then for those things to be so close to home for most people, like, that just seemed like a really toxic situation that I'm glad she got out of. What's the water? I have my notes here per usual. You know, I always try to write some things that I want to mention. I will say she seemed a little reluctant to really share. And like, I don't know if that's fear. That's probably, actually, no, that probably is her trauma from The Real. And like her fear of really opening up for her soul to be criticized, because I'm sure that is a painful experience. But she did seem really reluctant to open up. Which, you know, girl, that sucks. That came out more callous than I meant it to, but that does suck. Another thing that I want to mention that I really kind of disagreed with, and I was like, girl, you don't see the issue with this? So she was talking about sex, but she was talking about it in the sense that people always say that she's a prude, and yeah, that she's a prude. And she was saying that she does love sex. She loves sex so much that she thinks that people should replace sex with a partner with like drugs and alcohol. No. Don't do this, friends. Don't do this. Number one, it sounds like Tamera has found her soulmate, which a lot of us have not. So that replacing drugs and alcohol with sex thing would be more like with a Tinder hookup. Let's not take this advice, friends. Don't take that advice. Don't do it. But yeah, definitely read the book. I loved it. I got it on Audible. Couldn't find it on Overdrive. Can't remember if I said that already. I can't remember if I said that already. But definitely check it out. I love Tamera. It's read by Tamera. Gotta love a celebrity memoir that is read by the author. But I will say, so as far as celebrity memoirs go, this is no Will. Okay, like, going back to that iceberg analogy, I've recorded this video so many times. I don't know if I already said that. I think I did. In this particular video, I mean. going back to that iceberg analogy, you know, Will Smith's book's the whole thing. Jeanette McCurdy's book, the whole thing. Tamera's is the tip, okay? So keep that in mind going in. Like, she really isn't going to deep dive. She's going to keep it lighthearted. And so her memoir kind of reminds me of Drew Barrymore's. If you've read Drew Barrymore's Wildflower, it's like, here are some of the experiences that have impacted me, but we're not going to get too dark. That's what it's like, but it is still really good. And it's a really good overall experience to get to know her a little better and to hear her life from her eyes. So check it out. Bye.